Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
برنامه‌های ما شامل زبان‌های بسیاری است. از این وبسایت دیدن فرمایید suprememastertv.com/schedule.
They've had amazing success stories of people that spent years and years and years raising chickens and herding chickens and killing chickens, and now they're using those old chicken houses that used to torture hundreds of thousands of chickens to grow mushrooms.
Continue watching to find out more.
When we choose not to eat animals, we not only reduce the suffering and killing of animals, but we are also choosing to protect the environment. Research shows that a widespread adoption of a vegetarian diet would cut food-related emissions by 63% and make people healthier too. Claude Jones, vegan.
O Gaza, the world weeps for thee. No more bloodshed, please. There is no actual enemies.
Supreme Master Qinghai, vegan.
أمجد I'm taking care of Amjad, and Amjad actually he's taking care of me, because if he say Amir the Israeli is my friend, he is my brother, he gives me the right to live in my country Israel. I hear this word every day. The Palestinians are our enemy, and it's not true. He's not my enemy. Manar is not my enemy. Why they say it every day in Facebook and our government? Why? Why?
Happy viewers, Fa'afipai means thank you in the Samoan language. I am Tia Lavia. The caring people of Samoa are grateful to you for your loving hearts and actions that pave the way to a peaceful world. Welcome to the concluding episode of our show, Working Toward a Vegan World with Chelsea V. Davis, Vegan, Part 2 of 2.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more hurting. No more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan, make peace, so be it.
As we learned in the previous episode, Ms. Davis is a dedicated vegan and social justice activist. She is the founder of the Vegan Night Market Portland and co-founder of the International Vegan Earth Day March and Animal Rights Collective Portland. She is also enthusiastic about making systemic policy changes to help bring about positive change.
It is very important that we put pressures on our government to create systemic policy changes. There's a lot that we can do as individuals, but there's so much more that can be done on a governmental level and a policy level. For example, the Farm Bill. The Farm Bill is up to be rewritten this year. It only happens every 5 years. And if we can shift the way that subsidies are done and the insurances that are given to certain sectors of animal agriculture, we could change so much. Right now, animal agriculture is essentially a dying industry that is being artificially inflated with our tax dollars by the US government. And with that, it's affecting food systems worldwide. So if we can shift that, if we can make it harder for animal agriculture to be using those insurances and subsidies, or if the government were to create programs to shift what they're currently doing, for example, like what Rancher Advocacy Program does, they work hand in hand with farmers that don't want to be in animal agriculture anymore.
If farmers like those in the Rancher Advocacy Program move away from their cruel animal people raising operations, they could still make profits from farming plant crops.
They've had amazing success stories of people that spent years and years and years raising chickens and herding chickens and killing chickens, and now they're using those old chicken houses that used to torture hundreds of thousands of chickens to grow mushrooms. How amazing is that? If we could have policy in the US government and around the world that has more programs like that. I know there's a program in Europe where they're starting to buy up old land that animal agriculture was on and reuse it or revitalize it and shift it to fruits and vegetables. If we could be doing that, we would create so much more change.
Supreme Master Ching Hai Vegan has also long advocated the merciful vegan diet for its benefits to the beloved animal people, the earth, and humans. She has also encouraged governments to adopt vegan laws and support farmers in changing to organic plant crops.
If the government doesn't want people to eat meat anymore, then first they have to stop all the slaughterhouses, all the livestock industry, close them all down.
Yes, Master.
Give these business owners some subsidies so that they can turn that into another kind of farming, because they say that's animal farm. So they can turn that into vegetable farm and fruit farm. They already have people, have employees. They have land, big buildings. They can turn all that into a greenhouse to grow vegetables instead of imprisoning and killing animals inside.
Yes, Master.
And if there's no meat to sell, then there's no people who can buy.
Chelsea firmly believes that so much can be done at the federal government level to effectively help industrial animal people raising operations to transform into plant-based businesses.
And I really do think that it would get to a federal level. Just the more pressure we can put on governments, the better. And with that, there are some great statewide initiatives that have happened around the US and around the world. One specifically here in Oregon, Food and Water Watch was working on one called a factory farm moratorium. If passed as written, it would have prevented any new factory farms from coming in Oregon and any existing factory farms from expanding. If a moratorium like that were to pass in any state, that would be huge. And that is something that is really actually simple to talk to people about that aren't vegan, because there's a lot of people that do care about small farmers and they do care about local businesses, and they don't want to have factory farms coming in and ruining their air and ruining their water.
She also notes the immense power of vegan groups working together to achieve change.
Other ways that we can create systemic change and global change is to work together. There's a lot of different groups that are doing amazing things in different countries. And if we connect with them, then we can be that much bigger of a force. And that's something that we really set out to do with the International Vegan Earth Day March, is we wanted to work with different groups around the world and really hear from them, what's important in your community, what's going to make the most sense for what you're advocating at your local event, your local Vegan Earth Day event. And and really, yeah, coming together and supporting each other. What I have seen a lot in our movement is a lot of different groups and individuals working on the exact same thing. But if we all come together, which I'm seeing a lot more of, which is very exciting, there's a lot more collaboration and a lot more of leveraging each other's knowledge and resources. And that way we're be able to become an even larger, stronger force when it comes to creating those global shifts.
Vegan, 'cause the earth has offered all she could, and we must preserve it.
We totally agree with you, Chelsea. We are always stronger when we are united for the same cause. Steadfast viewers, we will pause for a moment to refresh ourselves with some delicious fruit juice. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our show, Working Toward a Vegan World, with Chelsea V. Davis Vegan, Part 2 of 2.
Be veg now, even if your little finger's cut. Heaven and earth hear that it hurts. Why chop their limbs and chomp their brain? Just eat plenty of veg and grain. Build your muscle with love for strength.
In addition to helping create vibrant vegan events and communities, Chelsea V. Davis founded Roaring Vegans, which is popular with vegan chocolate enthusiasts.
I started the Roaring Vegans during the pandemic. It kind of came to be because the hot chocolate bomb craze started. And I thought, hey, I could veganize that. So I veganized the hot chocolate bombs. And then from that, it kind of turned into a chocolate business. I've always really enjoyed cooking and baking and chocolatiering and things like that. So it's just one of those COVID businesses that happened. And then my husband, actually, he has an incredible story. When we met, he was an avid hunter and his dad was a fishing guide for 30 years. And now he's this big vegan activist, which is so cool. But he said, you know what I really miss is those cream eggs, the chocolate cream eggs that you get around Easter. And I was like, oh, I could veganize those. So I did that. And that was a huge success. And then I also use that as a fundraiser as well. Again, almost everything that I do has a fundraising component to it. And so with the Roaring Vegans, I donate 20% of the proceeds to different animal charities.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Sao Tome and Principe is one of them.
Sao Tome and Principe Penal Code. This legislation specifies imprisonment of up to 3 years for certain animal people-related crimes, such as killing or mutilating animal persons, and up to 8 years for other crimes, such as poisoning animal individuals. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses, no more hurting, no more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan, make peace, so be it.
Chelsea is also keenly aware of the protection that our marine friends and oceans require, and how the vegan diet helps to safeguard aquatic life.
The oceans create 50% of our oxygen. That's something that a lot of people don't realize. They think that all of our oxygen comes from trees, but in reality, if the oceans die, we die. And with the rate that things are going with our oceans, we're going to have fishless oceans by 2048. And if they're fishless, that means that there's not going to be oxygen coming from them. So that's going to be an exponential loss of human life, which is very scary. So again, there's a lot of things that we can do on an individual level. We can really talk about, so there's a lot of people that they first go vegetarian or maybe they go pescatarian. They end up eating a lot more fish and they end up doing a lot more damage to the environment that they think, just because most of the plastic that is in the ocean is from the fishing industry.
In short, the senseless aquaculture farming of innocent fish friends is completely unnecessary and destroys the environment.
I think the more that we can talk about aquaculture and what it's doing, even like, fish farming and how that isn't a better solution, because that's kind of like, the free range solution that people think with chickens, it's not a solution, it's actually worse. The amount of heavy toxins that are in our oceans, and that is going into us. Heavy metals and heavy toxins, they're fat soluble. And so they stay in the fat of the fish. And there's a lot of people that they think they need to eat fatty fish in order to get omega-3s, which is ridiculous because where are the fish getting it? They're getting it from algae. Cut out the middleman, eat some algae.
Fortunately, there are many delicious vegan seafood solutions that are now provided by various companies around the world.
That's kind of like the last sector that I see has really taken off within plant-based foods. And so it is exciting to see that there has been more development and more food technology taking place in creating plant-based options for seafood.
We extend our deepest gratitude to Chelsea Davis and all the people that she partners with and works with for their dedication to creating a compassionate vegan future. Wishing you much success in your future noble endeavors, and may you be blessed abundantly. To learn more about Chelsea V. Davis, vegan, please visit facebook.com/Chelsea Davis V. To learn more about Vegan Night Market, please visit vegannightmarket.org. To learn more about the Vegan Earth Day March, please visit veganearthdaymarch.org.
Vegan, you turn heads when you're walking.
O Gaza, the world weeps for thee. No more bloodshed, please. There is no actual enemies.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan.
أمجد I'm taking care of Amjad, and Amjad actually, he's taking care of me, because if he say, Amir, the Israeli is my friend, he is my brother, he gives me the right to live in my country, Israel. And I hear this word every day, the Palestinians are our enemy, and it's not true. He's not my enemy. Manar is not my enemy. Why they say it every day in Facebook and our government? Why? Why?
Wise viewers, thank you for your company for today's show. Coming up next is Follow My Example and Assist Humankind, Part 10 of 14, on Between Master and Disciples, right after noteworthy news. May all food enterprises quickly adopt a compassionate vegan business model to protect the animal people, humans, and our beautiful planet.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, help, not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/VEG